remembering the first time I saw you. It's like you put me in a spell that's voodoo. And now I'm drowning in your love, let's sail away.
Hey guys, what is up? Welcome back to my channel. How the heck have you been? Today I am back with a super exciting video. This face right here is covered in my current drugstore favorites. Now listen, this was just gonna be like full face of my favorites. I didn't even know that they were gonna be all drugstore until I got done filming this video. I thought I had a few high-end products in there, but I didn't. There was one. It was Hoola. I'll tell you right now, it was Hoola bronzer just for my little bit of nose contour that I do. But everything else besides my lashes are all drugstore. These are my ride or die products. These are the fellas that stay out on the top of my vanity and do not make their way into the drawer. And this has honestly kind of been my everyday makeup look too. I do a little bit of a different technique with my eyes, which I will show you guys. But yeah, hopefully you guys like it. Let me know what your thoughts are down below. Make sure you subscribe before you leave, and let's get going. Okay, now do I need to put this hair back? What do I need to do here? So this is as good as it's gonna get. So let's go ahead, let's get started. If you guys watch my makeup videos, this comes to no surprise. This is the NYX Marshmallow Primer. This has so many benefits, but it's mostly a more smoothing primer. It's very calming on the skin. I don't know what it is, but when I'm rubbing this in the skin, it is just so soothing and calming, and it doesn't make my face like super red. I have very sensitive skin, and a lot of products that I rub into my skin tend to do that. This just is like everything except like pore fill, which I'm actually gonna double prime in a minute here. But you guys, I love this stuff. If you haven't gotten your hands on it, definitely, I highly recommend. Now, I did mention that the NYX primer does not really do anything for pores, so I do like to sometimes use a more pore filling primer right in the nose area because I do struggle with large pores and are usually like here. This one from NYX is really good. I do not, however, recommend putting this all over the face. I would just keep it in your T-zone, just because this does like mattify and it's a little bit drying, but you know, typically most pore fillers, I think, kind of have that finish. So you can see here, come in. I don't know if you can tell, but like see how that just helped minimize the pores, but it did make me a little bit matte. So that's why I recommend do not use this all over your face. For complexion products, I do want to mention two, just because I do alternate between these two pretty frequently. This is the L'Oreal Skin Paradise Water Infused Tinted Moisturizer. This I actually love. I really have been trying to find CC creams and tinted moisturizers that work with my skin. And what I mean by that is, number one, it's acne prone. Number two, it's problematic. Number three, it has texture on it. It is, I have more, I would say, normal to dry skin. My skin is very finicky, and she will let me know if she does not like a product, okay? And these two products have just been a godsend. And this L'Oreal Tinted Moisturizer, I love this because it actually provides coverage, okay? I understand CC creams are supposed to be like more natural looking skin and not heavy. I understand that, but I still want a little bit of coverage. You know what I mean? Because if I don't want coverage, I'm not gonna put anything on. And this L'Oreal Tinted Moisturizer is wonderful. And it lasts pretty long too. I can get like a solid, like, I would say 5 hours before I start to feel it getting a little bit oily and breaking up a little bit in the T-zone, but it's still, I still gravitate towards this. But for today's video, I'm gonna go in with this one just because this has a little bit more coverage. It's the e.l.f. Camo CC Cream. I love this product, and when I want a little bit more fuller coverage, I'll go in with this one. If I just want to even out the skin tone but still want a little bit of coverage, I'll go in with the L'Oreal one. Yes, it's a CC cream, but I'm telling you, it goes on like a foundation, and you do not need a lot of this product. A little goes a long way. Now this CC cream is more of a natural finish, which I love. I mean, look at this. Look at this coverage. This is also a product that I love so much. This is like my second tube of this. It's the e.l.f. Jelly Pop Juicy Gloss. I just love it. Next up, concealer. The concealer of choice for today's video, folks, is the e.l.f. 16-Hour Camo Concealer. This is the matte finish. I do like the hydrating one too, but something about the matte for under my eyes, I don't really have dry under eyes, so I can get away with it. But if you do have like dry, a lot of creasing, a lot of fine lines, I would definitely go in with the hydrating one. But this has been my ride or die, honestly, since they launched this. I know it's a cult favorite for a lot of folks. Look at our canvas already, and it's all drugstore. Amazing, amazing, amazing. All right, so now I want to do some cream bronzer and some cream blush. This probably comes to no surprise, and I feel bad because I was like, do I film this video? Because a lot of these products I've been using in recent videos, but then I'm like, it's kind of the point, because you guys really don't know what I'm using behind camera, so I'm letting you know these are them. For cream bronzer, you guys know I love my L'Oreal. It's the Infallible Longwear Shaping Stick Foundation. I use mine in the shade Honey. This is just an all-around great color. And this, because it is a foundation, it blends like a dream. And because it's a foundation, it gives additional coverage. Now, I typically don't put it directly on the skin, but I want to show you guys how easily it blends out and how much time you have to kind of work with it, because it is a foundation. Sometimes I will use a brush. Sometimes I will just go in with the sponge. I do feel the sponge kind of distributes the product a little bit better, and it really doesn't disturb the foundation underneath. But do you see how easily this blended out? How beautiful, look. Beautiful, and we still have that luminosity. It didn't pick up my foundation underneath. It just added a little bit of warmth, and that's exactly what I was going for. For cream blush, I do have two that I want to share because I do alternate between these two. I have decided for now that I like a cream blush as opposed to a liquid blush, because I feel like the liquid blushes that I've tried, which is the Rare Beauty one and the Milani Kiss Cheeks liquid blush, I do want to try the more matte finish one because I feel like I might like that better. This I've tried a couple times. It's too dewy for me. It's a liquid formula, and it just emphasizes texture, and I've tried it a few different ways, and I just can't get this to work for me. And then this one from Milani, the Kiss Cheeks liquid blush, same thing. For me, I have been enjoying cream blushes as opposed to the liquids. I love this one. It's from NYX. It's their Sweet Cheeks Soft Cheek Tint. This one is specifically in the shade Almost Famous. And then I also love this. I think I've used this in my channel before. It's their Milani Coral Crush Cheek Kiss. These both do not emphasize my texture, and I think it's because they are more of a cream consistency. The Milani one, I do want to pick up more shades because this is intense. So I do want to pick up something a little bit more wearable. And this is also very easy to build up without looking cakey. But I want to go ahead and use this because I don't think I use this with you guys on camera. I'm gonna do, I think I usually do 3. I just take like another section of my sponge, a clean section, and I'll just start to blend this out. And I keep my blush a little higher. You can always flip your sponge over and go over it, but do you see what I mean? It gives a glow, but like it's not super wet looking where it emphasizes my texture. It's very pigmented. Like you can build this up. Like look how pretty this is. I just love just kind of like a pinched cheek type of moment. So I'm done with my cream products. I'm gonna go ahead and set under my eyes. I have been going back to this one. This is the Airspun Face Powder. It's just in the shade Naturally Neutral. This has been a favorite of mine for years. I've used it way when I first, started my channel. I think this was the first loose powder that I've ever used. And then you guys have probably seen me use this one pretty frequently. It's from Makeup Revolution. This is their scented baking powder. This one's in the shade Peach. And then I also wanted to mention this one. This one's from Collab. You can find Collab at Sally's Beauty. This is the Set the Stage Ultra Fine Loose Setting Powder. They do have a couple different shades. This one is in the shade Porcelain / Ivory. This one is a little bit more similar to the Laura Mercier as far as the shade of it. Let's go with Collab. I'm gonna use the Collab one. But yeah, these three powders right now are like my go-to. So once I set under the eyes, I go in with a little bit of powder, blush, and bronzer just to help kind of intensify, but I use luminous powders to do that. For a little bit more bronzer, I have been loving, and this is an oldie but a goodie, this is the Milani Baked Bronzer. This one's in the shade 4, which is Glow. And reason I love this is because yes, even though it's a powder and I'm setting my cream products, it has a luminous, you know, it's baked, so it has a little bit more of a luminous finish. And then for blush, same thing, the Milani, I love Milani. It's one of my favorite drugstore brands, but the Milani Baked Blush, this one's in the shade Luminoso. I have every single shade of this, but Luminoso just hits me like right where I need it to every time. But it's just so pretty, and again, it's that baked luminous finish, so it gives a nice sheen, which still makes the skin look natural. So these two together are like a match made in heaven. Let's go ahead and get these eyes done. I've been going in, this is the ColourPop Going Coconuts palette, and I'm going into the shade Lovely Bunch, which is just like the perfect kind of like transitional shade. And all I do is take some of that and sweep it in the crease. It just brings a little bit of life back into these eyeballs. And then I'll just take a little bit more and I just kind of like accentuate it out here. When I do a wing liner, I do like to do my brows before I do the wing liner. I feel it really helps me create like the best shape. Probably no surprise, I love the NYX, this is the Lift and Snatch Brow Tint Pen. I always talk about the Urban Decay Brow Blade and how the NYX is a perfect dupe for the Brow Blade. The Brow Blade, I think from Urban Decay is like $28 and this is like 11 bucks. So I'm gonna go ahead, I've been trying to keep the brows a little bit more natural these days, and then I will set it with my NYX brow glue. I love this stuff. I also use this quite often. It's very similar to the NYX brow glue and you get a heck of a lot more and it's gonna last you a lifetime. But because I bought this, I'm just trying to use it up and I do really, really like it. Pretty much just following my natural shape the best that I can. Just taking some of the brow glue and I'm just gonna run this through. Really coating those hairs, and then what I do is just take the barrel of a brush and just kind of push down to kind of set those in place. That way they kind of stay hair-like, you know what I mean? Now's the most tricky part, and I'm a little nervous for this. I'm gonna just keep my eyes like this, but show must go on. Okay, so for wing liner, I have been using, you guys know I love the Physicians Formula. This is the waterproof eye booster pen. I do really like this. It's the Maybelline Master Precise Liquid Liner. Can you see what I'm saying there? Look, they both are so precise. See if I can like explain this to you. If you have like a full, like a hooded lid like myself, this, if you look straight, you can kind of see like where, like right where it ends. The crease, see like right where the crease ends, like right here. I do not bring my liner any further up than that. So like I will literally like make a dot there and make sure that I don't go up, and that's like kind of where I bring it in and connect it. I'm gonna do it and hopefully you guys can like follow along here, but let's pray for the best. Okay, see what I'm saying here? So now when I come in, I'm not gonna go above this little line, like right where my fold ends. And you know what? This is actually, I do need a new one. This is, okay, so I think I need a new one of these because I've been using it so much. It's like, yeah, I think this is, I'm getting to the end of this, but it's the Maybelline Master Precise. I love this. So I'm just gonna go with what I know best and go with the Physicians Formula. Here we go. See what I did there? I hope that picked up, but like see now when I'm looking at you, the fold, I'm still below the fold on the outer corner. All right guys, this is as good as I got it, and it's actually not too bad. I've had worse. So for lashes, I'm gonna use Beauty Creations. You guys know I'm a huge fan of these lashes. These ones are the style Brave. Change of plans, I had to switch out the lash. I wanted to use these ones, but I ripped them in half as I was getting them out of the thing. you know, the little thing. So always be careful when you're doing that. Honestly, I kind of like these better anyways. So I'll have these linked down below, but they actually turned out really, really nicely. I'm gonna film what I did on the other eye. We're not done yet, but I wanted to show you what I did. Lay this middle down. Okay, see like your first half of the lash on. This outer piece, I'm going to lift and bring it up to like the point of the wing liner, which can be a little tricky. See how I'm just kind of mimicking the lash as the liner? This is where we should be. So do you see what I mean about bringing that end of the lash right outside to your wing? Now don't worry, doesn't have to be perfect, because we are gonna go in right now and perfect the wing with liner, and we're basically going to create an additional wing and just fill it in. So right now I'm just gonna perfect. I'm not making this any thicker. See how I did that now underneath there? And then you just kind of go right here under this lash, and you're basically just like filling it in. It's more so perfected. You see the difference? Oh, I love the shape. Love, love, love the shape. And then I'm just gonna take my favorite mascara, drugstore mascara, not for bottom lashes, but for top lashes. It's from Essence. It's the Lash Princess False Lash Effect Mascara. I'm really just wiggling it. I'm not really doing like the tips of my lashes, just like the base. I do want to add a little bit of highlights. I'm gonna stick with a powder highlight today. And I'm sure you guys have seen it on my channel before. Mega Honey for Makeup Obsession. You can find Makeup Obsession at Target. This one doesn't like sit on top of the skin like a lot of the powder ones do, which is why I like these ones. And the Maybelline Master Chrome, ooh, that's a really good one too. See how pretty that is? I know a lot of people are like over the intense highlight, which I am too, but whew, I gotta like blend that out. This is so intense, so intense. I just put a little bit right in there too. To set my face, I have not been able to put this one down. I've used it months ago, maybe even like over a year ago, but I picked it up again and I haven't been able to put it down. It's the Makeup Revolution Conceal and Define Infinite Mattifying Long Wear 16-Hour Makeup Fixing Spray. The spray is pretty good on here too. I'm gonna put just like a tiny bit of lower lash mascara on, the tiniest bit, just to make them stand out. And I'm using this is the Wet n Wild Mega Length that I love. So to finish up, let's do the lips. For lip liner, I love this one. I have not been able to put it down. This is the Maybelline, it's the Color Sensational Shaping Lip Liner. This one's in the shade Raw Chocolate. I love it. The perfect like mid-tone brown. Perfect, and I feel like so many different skin complexions can get away with this lip liner, and it is so creamy. I will say though, don't like press too hard, because you know, if you extend this too much, oh my god, I'm actually like, I need a new one. I have like none left. Ooh boy, I better get some of that today, because I do not want to be without this liner. I have been loving like a gloss, but like a pigmented gloss, if that makes sense. Not necessarily a liquid lip, but not just like a gloss either, like a sheer gloss. I've really been enjoying like an in-between type of formula, if you will. So I do want to mention this one. I actually have like 3 other shades here. These are the Revlon Ultra HD Vinyl Lip Polish High Shine. I've used these before, you guys. It is a gloss, but it is like pigmented. Like, watch. Look at that. Look at the color payoff. But I did want to also mention this. Now, this is not drugstore, but I am going to mention it because it is good. It's from the brand Jordana Ticia. I don't know. I'm going to put it on the screen here. It's her lip gloss in the shade Hun, but you guys, this is more of like definitely like true nude. Maybe I'll use this one today. Again, it's like almost like a liquid lip, but it's not. It's more of like a gloss formula, but the payoff is there. This is a really good, I'm really starting to love her brand. I will link it down below, but a great alternative, it's just the color shade is a little bit different, is the Revlon. I swear to God, it's like the same formula to show you. Do you see what I'm saying? It is scented though. I like a fragrance in my lip products, but like that's it. You know what I mean? But you guys, oh God, it's so nice. Look at it. I don't know why my mirror's all the way over here. Please tell me. Please tell me that's not gorgeous. I really wish Revlon just like made this shade. So guys, this wraps up today's video. I really hope you enjoyed this one. Give me a thumbs up and definitely subscribe down below if you did enjoy today's video. I always appreciate your guys' support on this channel. Leave me any recommendations that you guys want to see down below, and I'll see you very soon in my next video. Bye.